Painfully cringe, anti-woke cartoon starring Dave Rubin and featuring Elon Musk deemed one of the worst things ever made. Elon Musk is not in it. It's a drawing of Elon Musk. And this show called The New Norm has like 8 million views on X. Everyone's sharing it because they hate it so much. And so we played a little bit of it last night. But it's interesting. I'll give you a quick glimpse of what this show is. And here you go.
What's that?
Progress. It's the new norm.
The new norm ain't the same as the old norm.
Okay, so for those that are just listening, he grabbed a beer can and it's got a rainbow on it. That's it.
I'm the old norm. I want normal beer.
Warning, perimeter reached.
Okay, so he's under house arrest because he went to a school board meeting and yelled because they're indoctrinating his daughter. And then Dave Rubin is a non-binary guy. And, this brings up an interesting question around attempts at building culture, because everyone has basically said this is the worst thing they've ever seen.
Yeah.
But, I don't want to discourage people from trying.
I have opinions on this. So, like, as far as I'm concerned, like, if you're going to build culture, trying to build culture that caters to one political group is probably not the best idea. Like, everybody that listens to All That Remains and pays attention to the members of the band, they all know me. They know that I've been, partial to libertarian politics or conservative opinions and stuff. They know that I'm not particularly conservative socially, but they have an idea, right? But All That Remains, as a band, I don't get on stage and talk about anything political. And other people in the band have very different views. And I think the important thing about building culture is to be able to welcome people that disagree. That is one of the fundamental pillars of the United States, is you can disagree just so long as we can exist peacefully together. We don't have to have the same opinions. We don't have to agree all the time. And I think that, as much as it's important to make places that are acceptable for right-leaning opinions, it's more important, in my opinion, to make places that are acceptable for right-wing opinions that don't exclude people that are not exclusively right-wing.
This show, it's basically just a whole bunch, and this is their like mini pilot, so who knows, but it's basically just a whole bunch of, hey, here's a thing that happened. Here's another thing that happened. Here's another thing that happened. And it's just like, none of it is actual jokes. It's just showing you things that you may have seen. And I'm like, well, that's not a sitcom. I guess it's a laugh track telling you when to laugh. But this is, I'll put it this way. I once went to McDonald's and I wanted to get an Oreo McFlurry. A classic. And the dude who was working the McFlurry machine thought he was being real nice. And so he dumped a load of Oreos, just went nuts with it. Like, people like it with that. I'm like, I can't eat this. It's basically just Oreo crumbs. Like, they think by jamming as much Oreo in there. So this whole thing is just like, remember, woke stuff. Okay, you want to make culture. I don't want to rag on you. I want to support you. Do it. But this is it's an obvious mistake,